Everybody, welcome back. This is yours truly, Mr. Derek T. Stevens. I'm with 3dbuzz.com, officially doing the Crow's Nest now on 3dbuzz.com. Let me tell you a little bit about the Crow's Nest. We have Nelson's Corner, and he's doing a lot of programming free videos that are going to be dropped almost daily. I'm down here at the Buzz Cave tonight, very happy about that. Get to hang out with Mr. Nelson, Buzz. There's like tons of hot-looking model chicks running around here. He's doing photography. Nelson and I... we're doing our thing, playing it cool, playing hard to get, and I think that's the way they like it. But I'm down here recording a lot of videos for the Crow's Nest, and what that's going to be about is basically what we're doing here. But it'll be a 15 to 20-minute video at most, and you can go down there, you can download it as a project in one sitting, really hit anatomy really hard, and some of the projects that we've done here in class, I've broken them down into 3 to 4 videos in 15-minute increments, so you can again try to learn, and every time you watch it, you'll see something different. So we have a lot of things going on the art side on 3dbuzz.com. Always visit our store. We have lots of going on sale. Or Maya, is it Maya Fundamentals this time, Nelson?
Yep, that'll be on sale until next Tuesday, I believe.
Dude, it's got like 400 hours of content, and it's $30. You can't go wrong buying it. $30, 400 hours of content. That's less than like half a cent a second. Maybe not, but my math sucks. That's why I'm an artist. Real quick before we get started, do we have homework that we can go over real quick? If not, we're going to jump right into lecture.
Let's see here. Way to just spring that on me, Derek.
Hey, sorry. I'm a little out of breath. I had to start raining here, and I didn't drive down the doors of my Jeep. It's a Jeep. You take that chance. You roll with the punches. It's, you're free. It's kind of like riding a motorcycle, but a little bit safer. So I'm a free spirit, and, well, I got caught in the rain.
No, I don't actually see any homework submissions.
Does anybody have any homework they want to show on our screens real quick?
We have an Eve.
My Liebchen baby, I was bragging about you last night, so to speak. Eve, you there, girl? Ah, ha, ha, ha. Nice. I like the merman. Sid drew her merman, and this little, I can't even describe it. It's some poofed-looking merman with his bottom hanging out. Eve, I really like what I see. I love this whole tiger shark-looking thing. Well done. No mic tonight. And, of course, The Little Mermaid. And we're not saying you had to do that because we don't want to be sued by Disney by any means. But I like your homework submission.
You didn't happen to recently watch Cabin in the Woods when he gave this assignment, did you?
No, but I remember that. The guy was like jonesing for mer people. Like, no, you don't want to see them. You don't want to see that. They're evil and nasty. Let me ask you something, Eve. I know you can't really talk because you have no mic. And when we come back to my screen, I'll open up my mermaid because we've had kind of a thing here at the Buzz House. The girls here are giving me crap because I gave my mermaid a butt. I'm a firm believer, if you look at anatomy, I'm not trying to be sexist. Of course, I wanted to have a nice focal point at the bottom. But if you have your flexor muscles on the side, your gluteus maximus in the back, I mean, it only stands to reason the tail is not one solid muscle. You're going to have other muscles as you drive through the water. And mermaids have to poop. So just showing on the screen, yes or no, should a mermaid have a bottom like we have? And she writes, yes, thank you very much, baby girl. I love and respect you. So it's official, mermaids can have bottoms. I really like your line weight, too. I liked how you thought outside the box. You didn't give me human head. Well done. That's all about concept art. I'm glad that you're here. Let's jump into somebody else's screen. If not, we're going to get started. Tonight, we're going to draw a centaur. And she has a bottom as well, but a horse bottom.
All right, next up we have a Miguel.
Miguel!
Hi.
How you doing, buddy? Long time no hear.
Well, yeah, like 2 days, right?
Yeah, 2 days. 2 days, that was it. Hold on, I'm getting to your screen real quick. Nice. Man, she got some junk in that trunk.
Yeah, I still have to put a lot of details, but that's what I got so far.
I'm really proud of you. I really like the color scheme that you got going on. I like the purple, almost glowing type of coral. The eel looks really, really good and menacing. You're getting it, man. Uh, Real quick, if you can, and I'm putting you on the spot, I just want to show, I know a lot of people are in my concept art class, but can you throw up your concept of the greenhouse real quick, what you did?
Sure. But,
And I like to take credit for this, but I can't, just in case Steve Curtis is listening. This is Steve Curtis's workflow, and it's a great idea, working inside of Max, making some assets so you can basically nail the perspective down. And then what Miguel did was paint on top of all this, and it's beautiful. Looks like professional concept art. We won't go into all the details and how we did everything today, but I just want to brag on Miguel. He's come light years from where he was at before. I love it. I love the textures that you painted on top of everything, the amount of detail that you had. Do you have the greenhouse as well?
yes.
Okay.
There it is.
Nice. And again, a lot of those assets were made in a 3D program Max. And he brought it into Photoshop and painted on top of everything, but everything has rhyme and reason. And I'm a total believer in the ends justify the means when it comes to art. It's just like using your rulers tools in Photoshop, or it's like using the ruler tools in Manga Studio, which I'm a big, big fan of. Miguel, you're doing fantastic. Muy fantastic. Thank you, sir. And I'm sorry I'm speaking so fast. You guys are just listening too slow. All right. Anybody else? Otherwise, we'll jump into lecture.
All right. The next and final victim is a Miss Jane.
Miss Jane said, and she'll agree with me that mermaids have butts.
Hello.
Hey, baby girl, how you doing tonight?
Good.
It's good to hear your voice. I'm glad that you're here. Nice. That shark, man, I have an innate fear of sharks, and I don't know why. I mean, I live in North Carolina, not a lot of sharks around there. I live inland in the mountains, so we don't have a lot of oceans there. But really well done. I love your line weight variation. It looks very illustrative. I like your coral and lots amount of detail, and this is spot blacks in the shark's mouth. You did really good. I'm proud of you. Even the hand placements, hands are coming along quite well, ma'am. You keep this up, all right? You can have my job in about a month.
They're getting easier.
Good. And how is it getting easier for you?
I don't know. I don't have
Practice.
to work as long. Yeah.
Practice and just doing. I'm proud of you. I'm anxious to see what you can do tonight with a centaur. Of course, we're going to draw a female centaur because I love the female form. I love pointed ears. I love eye patches on chicks and little pointed ears and long, luscious necks. So when we're done, we might throw an eye patch on the centaur just because, wow. Thanks for indulging, Miss Jane. I'm proud of you. Are you ready to start?
Yep.
Roger that. Well done. Well done.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and jump right into Mr. Derek Stevens.
Thank you, Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson. Real quick, this is the mermaid I threw into Manga's studio to throw some tones and some background stuff. And here is the bottom that the girls here at the house have a problem with. I don't see the problem. I like it. It's fine. Hold on. Hey, that's me doing a photo shoot. I'm an evil Sith. Look. Makeup done by Sid Curtis. SYD, not SYS, like my fat fingers type on Facebook. So throwing that out to her. Sorry, that's up there. Here we go. Are we ready? Let's go ahead and look at our file size. I'm, again, firm believer. Let's go ahead and look at all that's going on in the workspace. So I'm going to go to image size. I'll bump this up to 300. What the heck is up with that? I never work at 72. As the image loads. The reason why I'm going to 300 DPI is when my pen or my brush, whatever you want to call it, it grabs here. I want a lot of dots per inch so I can throw a lot of nice detail in here. Hello. Let's back her up a little bit now. So we're going to draw a female centaur tonight. Centaur is half human and half horse. And this is my quick sketch. Again, really quick gesture sketch. And go ahead and bring your screen up. Check everything here on the image size. Image. Okay. Let's actually bring this down to say 30 high roughly 18.5 wide. So we're going 18.5 wide, 30 inches high, 300 DPI. When you guys get down here like that, what I'm going to do is take really, I'm going to ghost this out, make a new layer on top of it, and I'm going to show you my quick gesture line drawings so you guys can kind of follow along. Again, I really start from the midsection with the ribs. I do that because then I can gauge how tall or how long I want my legs to go, how long or how tall the form is going to go. And finally, we're at where we need to go. So I have my quick sketch chosen right here. I'm going to head and ghost this baby out like this. Lay nice and faint. I'll create a new layer for us so we can kind of all do it together. What is my new layer? Here we go. Let's name this fin as abbreviation quick. That's fine. I'll hit enter. I'm going to do my non-photo blue. Sort of pin right here. Let's just throw it down. I start with my brush, and we're going to continue to watch my brush size. It's 25. Let's bring it up to 35. I always start out with my midsection. I have my rib cage. This is where the sternum's at. Ribs wrap around here, and then the nice long form of the torso. And I'm really just scribbling along where I think I want things to go. I always start with a little circle for the head. A little sharp chin, shoulders, circles, bring this down here, placement for the hand, or breast area right through here. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is how I learned. I learned by watching. The more I watched this guy, several artists, the more I learned how things, that they piece stuff together. I know the horse's body is relatively long. We have tons of muscles through here. I'm actually bringing this leg out through here at a different angle because I want to kind of challenge this today. I don't want a stiff, static sort of pose because it's no fun. The level that we're at, we are going to take these challenges head on. Hoorah!
Hoorah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nelson. The only reason Mr. Nelson's playing along today is because we're going to Applebee's after this. Let's see. Through here, tail. Tails are like the mane, or the tail is kind of like hair. I just want to have fun with it. And maybe throw some hair like this around here. Just can bring this all the way up here so I can. Bullocks, get up here. And I'll explain what I did. Just drop you down here. Really? Can we like start the recording? I'm teasing. Let's start the recording over. Quick sketch. Okay, here we go. I'm getting a little upset, Mr. Nelson. A little flustered.
Okay, well, see, it's not visible, so you can't edit it.
Yeah, thank you. Where's my quick? I think I deleted a layer. All right, hey, we got a quick sketch done. That's great. And that's how I did my quick sketch. I literally just did gesture drawings to it, and I got a little frustrated. Sorry about that. I'm actually reopen this file real quick. That's what I'm going to do so I make sure all my layers are here where I need them. So you can look at my face again real quick because I put a lot of prep time in here, and I want to make sure all the layers are where we need to go. This illustration right here is what we're going to shoot for. That's what we're going to draw tonight. So I think that's pretty pertinent that you ladies and gentlemen know what we're going to draw. And female centaur is the name. Fairy done, fairy, fairy, fairy. And sorry about this. Why don't you pause the video just for a second.
And we're back.
Hey everybody, we're back. Some technical difficulties, my brain went stupid. It happens. So we got our quick sketch all throughout here, and I hope that you've seen what I did, and that was nice, and all that sort of nice things. It's nice. I like to say the word nice again. You can tell I have the heads already taken off my finished illustration that we're going to do. I put them on the side here because I really wanted to show you guys from the shoulder down to the mid-torso, 3 head lengths long. We can also compare that to the arms, and we can talk about the legs being 1, 2, 3, 4 head lengths long like that. So let's go ahead and take the quick sketch off. I'm going to go onto my base layer. I'm going to create yet another layer, and I'm going to call this fin base. Enter. I'm on this layer here. Go back to my base level here. I'll ghost this out so I can draw on top of it. So again, we can all be on the same page. Go back to my fin base layer, which is a brand new layer, and with my non-photo blue, I'm going to come in here and let's start building our character. In the quick sketch right here, compared to this, again, what I'm going to draw, I start off in the middle, and I'm looking for 1, 2 head lengths long. So I literally come through here like this, small indentation for where I want the breast area to go. I want the latissimus dorsi through here, not super wide. It comes in nice and thin through here like this. And we go ahead and round out the breast right through here. And then I'm going to bring my brush size down to a 15. And we can come in here for where the ribs area is going to go. And that's our stomach. This one place our shoulder right here. That's not up here, it's not down here, where the pictorial range goes, because ideally the shoulder is going to come down and connect right through here. So I make my deltoid, my circle here, and I measure from my shoulder down to the elbow. It is 1 head length long, because she's tiny human. She's not all human, but her upper proportions are human-esque. So from the shoulder to the elbow is 1 head length long. From the elbow down to the forearm, I made it a little bit elongated. It's roughly 1 head length long here. And then I make a small base, small square to where my hand's going to go. For bonus points, her thumb will be here. And if we remember our bones correctly, the radial bone is on this side and the ulna bone is on this side. So when you draw it, you're going to have, let me really zoom in here for you guys. Whenever you draw the space, you're going to have a small bone that you're going to be able to see right here. It's just a small, subtle detail, but all the small, subtle details really add up. So now looking back at simple shapes, let's go back up here to the head. I kind of like a long neck, so I'm going to start off through here like that, and then I'm going to build her own head. Fortunately, we have the heads over here, so we can tell how big, how long they're going to be. So this head is 1 head length long. I always start off with my heads as a circle. And you can just make all sorts of silly stuff right here. It doesn't have to be nice, neat, and clean. And then I build off the head like this and come down here. It's almost like she's wearing a mask. Like, look at me, I've got a mask on, sort of thing. But you don't have to do that. So from the circle, I build off to the head here because we're going to put our brow region, our nose, and all the details into this. We have our head built. We have our neck. The neck comes down to her trapezius muscle. I'm not having this big kicking trapezius muscle like that. This I picture this woman very delicate but fierce at the same time. So when you do that, you kind of have to strike a balance. Do you want to make her super muscular? Do you want to make her really super toned where you can see muscles but they're not bulging muscles? So it really depends what your art director, what you're actually going for in the illustration. Now going back to simple shapes. Her body, the horse's body, where it begins through here, is roughly 1.5 head lengths long. And I just really start off with a circle. So if I turn off my normal base layer, this is kind of what the rough idea of what we're supposed to have. So I'm going to go through this one more time to give everybody a chance to catch up. I'm a firm believer in repeating, repeat. This should be on a different layer because you're going to use this to ghost it out and we'll build on top of it. Layers are your friends. It's almost like when I still do stuff traditionally. I'm really trying my best to get away from it. But the quick sketch in blue pen to get all the layers and detail that you want, you come back in with a pencil and you start putting your detail in. That's what it kind of represents. So going off again, I'm starting roughly in this area, this quadrant right here. I build my rib cage through here. I have a small dent where the breast is going to come out. I don't want it to have humongous breast. I mean, you can do that if you want, but again, what I'm picturing is a very sleek, fast, warrior-esque woman. I come down here for her midsection, where her stomach, nice and toned. Here's a little belly button for you. And that is roughly from the start to the bottom, 1-2 head lengths long. Her latissimus dorsi is kicking, and part of it's going to be hidden through here whenever we make the arm. but I still want to be able to draw through my character. So I give it kind of a heavier line weight through here, bring it down here, and then I almost make an egg shape right here for where her torso ends and the horse's begins. Does anybody need any more time for this?
I don't see any hands up, any questions, or anything in the chat.
Okay, roger that. So let's go ahead and put our quick sketch back, our base back on. So I have the circle built. I measure down 1.5 head lengths long. Let's go ahead and put a circle here. And ideally, the other leg will be on this side through here. And you need to make your horse as long or short as you want. This is almost a triangle type shape. And I measured out from the start of this little egg is 1.5 head lengths from here to here, roughly. So that kind of gives you the scale that I'm working at. And we need to put the back legs on here. Again, I make a small circle for where I want my placement holder to be for the legs. Come down here for the knees. That is, again, 1 head length long. So I make another 1.5 head lengths long from here to here. Then I make a little square for a placement holder of her hoof. So when I turn my normal base layer off like this is what we have. Starting again from the egg shape area right through here. I make placement holders for my legs, and if I was to cut through or draw through right here, the other side, we're looking for symmetry. Everything is symmetrical unless you're doing fauna and plant life. But for this indigenous life form of Ponyville, there you go, Mr. Nelson. She lives in Ponyville.
Nice.
This is what we're doing. We're looking for. What's the name of the planet that the ponies live on?
Equestria?
Equestria, there you go. For Equestria, there you go. All right. So I really want this leg to jet out here. I want to throw some foreshortening and kind of talk about that tonight. Again, this is almost 1.5 head lengths long. Placement holder for where my knees going to go. And bring this out because everyone's seen, well, I'm not sure everyone has seen a horse, how they clomp and stomp around. But our horse our centaur is going to do that. This leg through here comes back at an angle. Again, is roughly 1.5 head lengths long to the knee. So I'll put 1 and 1.5 from here to here. I bring this down for 1 head length long. And then I have my hoof here. And what we're going to do here is going to cheat, and it's 1.5 from here to here. Bring this down. So we have a very interesting dynamic pose. And for the placement of tail, I just make almost a polygon type shape. If you'd have a polygon or vertices here, here, and here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And your polygonical type, what's the word I'm looking for? Polygonical.
Polygonal?
Polygonal, there you go. Sort of shape there. That was a hard word to say, man. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask to take a screen. I need a volunteer. If not, Mr. Nelson will take your screen. I want to see where you're at so I can gauge how we're doing so far if I need to slow down. Do I have a volunteer?
Cricket. Oh, there's Mr. Wolf.
I was going to see if that buddy of mine was here. Let's take Mr. Wolf's screen and see where he's at. All right, mate. How you doing, Wolf? Not bad, dude. You're coming right along.
Okay.
You're coming right along. You decided to throw that back leg in there and that political, whatever it's called, four-shaped, almost triangle-esque looking tail, and we're good to go, man. Good job.
Okay, cool.
And oh, her other arm too. It's kind of hidden behind her. It'll be her left side. And
Did you
we're
do
good.
that?
I think I did that.
Oh.
I did it without talking about it, but when I take my screen back, I'll go back and do that again so you can catch up and everybody else can.
Cool.
Thank you for being my victim, sir.
No problem.
All right, roger that. All right, go ahead and take my screen back, Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson. I think all the girls in the house here have read that book. Okay, let's revisit the shoulder. If I was to cut through here, shoulder would come through here, elbow through here, And then because this layer is here, the hand is in this area right through here. And I have everything grouped in a group, and I don't want to mess with that, so we'll just go back to my finished base. What I did was, to workflow, we can talk about groups. I literally drew my character out, inked it all up, got her head, copied and paste, copy and paste. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers that would be all through here. I didn't want to muddy that all up. So I created a group by coming down here to create the group, and then I put all my heads in here, and if I bring it down here like this, you can see all the heads through this layer here, and this way I don't have to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down like that. I will collapse it so we have a nice, even, pretty little work area that we can keep track of. So, well, I guess I can turn the heads off like that. I'm smart like that. Thank you, Mr. Nelson, for that suggestion.
Okay.
Okay, so we have our baseline. This is what we're going to start with. And what we're going to do here is we're going to quickly jump into the form. I draw my form here, and it's all muddied up because I have that ghost layer in my finished base, and I'm actually going to take my finished base down here quite a bit so I can start drawing on top of everything. I'm going to create another layer right here, and I'm going to just name it Fin Sin. Do you like the rhyming scheme, Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Awesome. Man, a few words. So, I'm hitting my control spacebar so I can zoom in, zoom out, and I can move stuff around. I don't want that. Bring this down here like this. We'll zoom in up to the head. I'll let everyone adjust their workflow real quick for me. I'm going to ghost this out just a little bit here. Not that much. Here we go. Go back to my thin centaur layer. So now we have the ability to see how I'm going to put all the forms on it within our base layer. And I can start laying down some nice inks when I bring this up to 100% opacity. So we're going to really zoom into the head, the face real quick. And we can see the base layer of the circle, how it comes down to a little mask area. I call it a mask area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here. Let's make my brush line just a little bit thinner. Come down here like this. I'm building on a ridge right here because this is where her hair is going to start. I have her hair pulled back. Come back through here like so. And this is her brow line. Come back in here. Make a nice, cute pixie type nose. And then I always like, look at the birds, the crow. I'm going to turn this sideways so it's like this, all right? On the bottom of the nose here, here's my little bird. My chin, I kind of square it off like that. So I'm building along the baseline, my blue line right here to create the form. I know the hairline is going to come through here. I put a little indentation where the hair is going to go. I bring her forehead down here to her brow. I cut it in like this, make a nice little pixie-esque nose, do my little crow wings, come down and make my chin. Bring my brush size down to a 6. And whenever we build our head, we're looking for symmetry. We can quarter our head like we learned in drawing, I think, 102. By now, hopefully, you guys are pretty comfortable with that. So let's just go and build the chin real quick, or the jawline. I'm going to bring my jawline, and if it was perfectly in symmetry, we're going to come here. Actually, you know what I can do? Because I love you guys so much, I'll put head box. Enter. I'll do a different color as a red. Bring my brush size down quite a bit to a 3. I'm touching my canvas, coming across like this, touching my canvas, coming across here, touch my canvas and hitting shift, that's what I meant to say. Touch my canvas, hit shift and bring it down like this. This is when we start to quarter our head. We'll do a thin line this way, thin line this way like this, grab the black paint, come back to my finished centaur area, pump up my brush size to a 5. So this is 1A, this is 1B, this is, I'm sorry, 2B, 2A, thank you, hey, been a long day, 1A, 2A, 1B, 2B quadrants. All right, so 1A quadrant we've not touched. We've done most of our work in the 2A quadrant right through here. Brings us down to the 2B quadrant, our little crow area, sharp angle of the chin. And we're going to finish this out here in the 2B quadrant. And we'll bring this like that for her chin. And now since I quartered my screen right through here, I know my eye line, because our brows here, our eyes aren't going to come all the way up here. That'd be all the way down here. I'm going to move in slightly like this. Let me move this out of the way here. And what I'm going to create is a triangle that comes this, oops, bullocks. Straight line like this, comes down, and then here's where the triangle's at, like that. This area right through here. So again, going back to basic anatomy, I'm on my finished centaur layer so I can draw on top of this without messing with our head box. I touch a corner of the eye and I keep coming back to quadrant 1A, and I know this is the base of the ear. So then I can bring it back right here. Do you like this, Mr. Nelson? I worked in a pointed ear because I love them pointed ears. This is for Jane. I think about her every time. Here, the pointed ear, I come to the top, bring it down like this. And then I hold my placement holders right here. Ta-da! And we have an ear. Now I notice there's a gap here. This is an artistic, I guess, call. I want a small gap here. You can bring it down here like that. I just don't like doing that. So let's go ahead and revisit quadrant 1A. And I'm just going to follow my base blue line down here like this. Come down here like that. Down to 1B. The lower part of her earlobe, and start with my neck, and then start to build my latissimus dorsi, my trapezius muscle right through here. So we built off this area here, did the hairline, the brow, the pixie-like nose, we got our lips going on to the chin, got the jaw, have the ear built, and since we're here, let's go ahead and put a little more detail into what's going on with the face. Now I can bring my neck down here like this, but I'm actually going to start right about here, bring it back down like this, trying to create some sort of illusion of depth, and then I can come in here and black this area out like that for some detail. Then your strap muscle, it comes down here starting at the ear, and then I'm going to zoom into my eye because I really like when I draw women to have very nice, beautiful, heavy eyelashes. I'm going to build on top of this here like so. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Let's build 1, 2, 3 like this. And we'll put another eyelash on this side here to give that illusion of depth. All right, so this is what we should have. After I turn my form off, base off, I can even turn my head box off. And I'll zoom back, and we should have something looking like this. So give you guys a few seconds to ponder, perplex, and continue so you guys can catch up. We've been through this side profile thing many, many times. Start off with the circle, from the circle build onto the face, and I've done it so much I don't use that little quartering trick with the box, but I encourage you until you feel very comfortable about it. Go ahead and use that. It's a good trick and it makes everything in proper place. All right, as you guys are catching up, I think I'll get rid of my head box. I don't need that. I'm going to collect on this here and bring it down to the trash area, the bin. My finished base. Where's my form? Here we go, that's what I want. I'll do my finished base here. And we're going to bring it up. I want to make sure my head's here so we can kind of see what I'm going to do. And so we can put some detail in here. You can tell there's a couple of little notches in her nose here. Again, what I'm really going to do is take my brush size down, let's say all the way down to a 3. couple little marks here. The flank of the nose or the nostril, like this. This is not a realistic looking nostril. This is basically a placeholder. It's an indication of where the nostril goes. If you look at the lips over here, I'm going to start on top of where this wing for my little crow goes. Bring it over here like this. From this corner here, I bring it in like that. And finish it off down here like so. And then here's the tricky part. I've seen a lot of artists, nothing wrong with it, just doing this. But I think it's kind of flat. I don't like that. But we can build on that. I'll come at an angle like this. And it's a triangle, almost like a tooth or a nail of some sort. And then we can make a little highlight for her lips. And through here like this. And 1, 2, 3. So bring her back like this. Now we have the eye, we have the ear. Let's do the eyelid. The eyeball goes right here. Make a little indentation right here. It's subtle, but it's called for because it makes sense. So give that illusion of the eyeball or eyelash, the eyelid. And from here we can have fun with the eyebrow. I figured she's one of those naturey folks, so maybe she has more of a bushy type eyebrow. And where the eyelash here stops, this is where my eyebrow goes. And again, just having kind of fun with the eyebrow. So we've done the ear, we've done the hair, we've done the eyeball, we've done the lips. Make sure you throw this little eyelash over here because it gives it depth. We've done our lips. Let's doctor this up just a little bit more here, like so. And zoom back. And this is what we should have so far. And, you know, I've talked to Nelson, I've talked to Steve, I've talked to several people about it. It does take a little bit of time to build from the quick sketch. The quick sketch, you get your base, and then I throw my muscles on top of it. But I really believe in the long run, it saves you time. Instead of guessing and doing something wrong and needing to go back to correct it and say, man, what did I do wrong? This is the time we can make your changes. And I'll probably make some changes here in a little bit, drawing all this. It's just it's a jump start. I really equate my form, if you work in a 3D application program, to the wire form, where you hit it and you see all the vertices. You can come in there, you can push, you can pull, and that overall affects the form when you go back from wire mode into, I guess, the shaded mode. So that's why I do the blue mode. So we have a lot of 3D people here as well. Let's have some fun with the hair. You can tell now where I got my little indentation for my hair. Let's get my eraser tool out and erase these little crows here. We'll erase these areas and through here, so we don't need those anymore. Use my brush again. And I just have a little wisp of hair coming up through here. I know ponies don't have that, Nelson. And kind of a pixie-ish little piece of hair here is falling through. And then I'm going to start out actually a little bit thinner still. I'm going to go all the way down to a 3 for the clumps of her hair like this, where they're pulled back. And I'm going to come back in here with my eraser tool here. I'll pump this down a bit. Get my base or my paint back again. Get my brush size up to a 9. And then I know this is where the skull is going to go, so we don't want to put it flat on the skull. So I'm going to draw a little bit above the skull. Come back through here. Throw a little bit of texturing in here like this. And this is where a hair braid. First one's going to go, second one, and what the heck, we'll give her a third one. And now since my brush size is a little bit bigger than the 9, I can come back in here and put some more detail in for some spot blacks to give it more depth. and then I bring her ponytail down here like so. What I did was very subtle, but you can see this thin line right through here. I made it kind of thicker around this area like this, and then I can come down to here to where her body starts. It's ideal. This is where her clavicles are going to go, and follow the shoulder around here, follow the deltoid around here like this, and I'm actually coming in. I'm going to break that area when I break my form, or start to draw my form like this. And you can even make a small mark like this, because the deltoid is divided into 3 parts. You have your inner, middle, and outer part of the deltoid. You have 3 heads there. And the deltoid actually attaches to the pectoral muscle and through here like that. And we're going to finish this out like that. And let me take a screen to see where you guys are at. And after that, we'll probably take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and continue to draw. So who wants to be the next volunteer here?
I don't see anyone.
Take Jane's screen.
Oh, no.
Hey, Jane, how you doing?
Oh, slow here.
You know, I really like that style, Jane. Seriously. I like that sketch style. You've made her look really, really pretty. I love how she's
I
looking
use the
inside.
eraser a lot.
There's nothing wrong
Like
with
a
that.
what? Sorry?
Nothing wrong with that, Mom.
No.
I like how you put the detail in
I
the
thought you
braid.
said,
Really well done.
oh, I think my shoulder kind of drooped.
Yeah, shoulder droops. Wherever your trapezius muscle, right there you go. Needs to come up around that area like that.
Yeah.
Jane,
And
I'm
that looks
really
funny.
impressed. Really, really impressed, girl. All right, I'm proud of you guys. With that, we're going to take a 6-minute break. We'll do a 7-minute break because, guys, I want you guys to be able to catch up because I am moving fast. And, we skipped our 4 to 5 minute warm-up exercise, but we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So with that, we'll take a 7-minute break, and we will talk soon.
Actually, I hate to interrupt you, but another request did come in while
Oh,
Jane
please
was...
do. Let me see it.
This is a Mr. Wolf.
Hey, Wolf, how you doing, buddy?
Hey,
What are you doing? Are you doing push-ups?
no, I was getting the headset on. The headset's a little screwed up. Anyway,
She's looking really good, dude.
yeah, I didn't realize you did that on this on another layer, but anyway, it would need to be drawn over on another layer anyway. The lines, I mean.
All right, well, we have 7 minutes. You should get busy. I'm really proud of you. You've come a long way, man. Keep it up.
Thanks. And if you could, when we go on break, if you could leave your drawing up, that'd be cool.
I sure will. If you take my screen, Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson, we'll leave my drawing up, and then we will come back. Mr. 50 Shades, you there? Okay. Let me zoom back a little bit here. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Yours truly, Mr. Derek T. Stevens, alongside 50 Shades of Nelson. I raked every single leaf in the backyard and played with Einstein, this huge wolfhound that we have out here. Apparently, we're getting a tiger tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. So it's been a great time at the Buzz Cave. Let's get started. You guys had ample time to get a small break and to catch up. We're drawing a centaur tonight. We did the head, ears, eye placement, nose, mouth. We built the 4-quadrant square to kind of like sum things up. We have our, let me get my brush. Silly, Derek, tricks are for kids. I need to be on the right bloody layer. I'm on the bright bloody layer. There we go. My opacity's down. Hey, this is why it's really important to check our workflow. and our workspace. There we go. Thank you very much. That was brought to you by the things in my head. So we came in through here in a nice thick to thin line to where the trapezius muscle's at. We talked about the deltoid region right through here. And we looked at our blue lines, you know, and then we're drawing our form. So the bicep comes through here. And then we have our forearms that come out like this. And again, with women, very smooth, subtle lines. Elbow kicks out. And the way I draw my hands, so to speak, I bring it down to an angle like this. And then I know I can build my fist up through here like that. That's just one of the tricks I use, and hopefully that will help you out. We're going to follow our guidelines that we made for latissimus dorsi. I really want to do thick, thin through here. She's a very thin waist. So I'm going to bring this down here like that. Nice and smooth. Let's make the deltoid up here nice and smooth as well. Followed by her breast. Comes up through here. She's very thin. She's very fit, very low body fat. So I really have part of her rib that comes out through here at an angle. It comes down to our big egg shape that we started with the bottom of the horse. Let's go ahead and make this breast a little bit thicker line weight. I'll bring my brush stroke up to a 15. Follow it down here like that. Now I know you guys can see through this. I can see my armor and everything I've already drawn on top of the finished layer. But I really want to get this illustration drawn like the finished product. That's why we have that here. I have it here. All right, we see our big egg shape right through here. So I'm literally going to make a small indentation here to where some of the belt and flowing cape and stuff's going to go. I'll follow it down to here. And I don't want to follow this through here because this is where my horse's body's going to go. You'd have all sorts of muscles and stuff separating through here. We don't really need that right now because we're going to put a big cloak right through here. This wouldn't work on her backside. The backside following our guidelines like this. Right down here, it gets thick, almost like a teardrop shape. Here's our first area where we have a small indentation that comes up like this. The legs get thinner still. Another small indentation. And then their calves, I make very angular, out like this. And then just like we do triangles for feet for people, I almost make a little square for the hoof right here. Now we have the back side. This is why I didn't want to draw a mill. I'm going to break this plane right through here. Now let's talk a little bit about foreshortening. I could have brought this leg straight down here like this. I don't think it would have been nearly as interesting. I wanted kind of the semi-action pose where she's clomping around and stomping and doing what horses do. So with this pelvic region right here, you can see my blue guideline to here to the knee. I pick a spot right here, and the knee comes out at an angle like this. Nice and smooth, where the muscle's at. Flexes down here like this. This comes thin to thick outside here like that. And then maybe another small indentation like this. So again, after we're building the lower part of our anatomy here, I cheat up by quite a bit. I come down here, I follow my guidelines where my pelvic region's at. I make a quadricep muscle, a quick jaunt to the knee like this, almost like a V that's been opened up. I don't make the leg too thin, not too thick. I bring it from underneath here, from underneath where the egg shape is at. Bring it to here, another jaunt out here, another little V. So now I'm going to come down here to where this area is at here. Goes thinner. and shoots out at an angle like this. So one more time, from underneath her lower anatomy here, I look at the pelvic region, the quadricep comes out here. I have a V, it's very pointy, because that's a kneecap. I come over just a bit where my pelvic region's at. I start here, thin, 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 thinner, until I get to the kneecap. And I bring this in, it continues to get very thin. Follow this around here to the very bottom edge where her ankle bone would be. And I make another V that comes out here. And the hoof is out at an angle. I know it's a little bit challenging doing this foreshortening area. You may have to practice. You can use your Control-T tool, selection tool to move things around if need be. But hopefully, whenever we built the base layer, the blue layer, you got the pose in the general direction that you wanted. That's why I find it very important to build and draw through everything. And you can tell I have armor on this chick, right? So we're going to have to do some erasing. We'll make a different layer to put all the armor on and stuff, and we'll come back in and erase. But I wanted a clean, nice, smooth base layer that we could draw on, and then we can throw all the extra gear and stuff. So again, coming down to this egg, it circles down like this, and that's fine. That's exactly what I want to do. And now instead of building right like this, down to this leg, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat up a little bit. Come down to my first little kneecap's at, cheat in a little bit here. It starts to get thinner. Little indentation to where the kneecap is at. Come down even thinner on both sides. And right where I put the ankle bone, it V's out, come down. Here's another hoof we just made. And believe it or not, we're close to being done, so we can start putting a lot of detail into it, and that's nice. What I'm going to do here is if my pelvic area in her right back quarters here, her other pelvic area should be right here, and she has a pretty wide stance. Because right here I can tell where my kneecap is at. I come down here. And again, we're measuring them out. From right here down to the knee is approximately 2 head lengths long. Come down here, small indentation. Come down here to where her ankle bone is at. And then I draw another hoof like this. So let's see what we have so far, shall we? Take the form off, take the base off, take this ink layer off. We should have something roughly looking like this. And that's exactly what I want. Like, she's not naked, we just haven't put any clothes and armament on her yet. And we will. And we got to fix some hair, we have to put her other shoulder. Definitely want to fix that hand. But the fun part now is we can do anything we want with the tail. The tail is that 4 vertice, blah, blah, blah thing, almost a triangle plus 1. That's what we're going to call it. A triangle plus 1 area shape for a tail. Tail is hair, just like the hair on top of her head. And a lot of the girls they draw, I love to have flowing, beautiful hair. Hair is kind of like smoke. It can move and have a life of its own. So I really encourage you. You can make your tail look like mine, or you can make it look like your own. So I'll turn this ink area back on here and my form on. You can tell the base line right through here, what you drew, the 3 plus 1 triangle. And I'm just really going to come in here and start having fun. And we can put a lot more detail into it later. And from that, we have to finish her deltoid. Her left deltoid comes down here. And her hands like that. And in my original drawing, I had hair flowing through here, but I'm just going to have her little ponytail like this. That comes down here. I'll make it thicker line right through here. And then I'm going to bring my brush size down quite a bit to, say, a 4. I'll zoom in for you guys here. Let me clean this up a little bit. My eraser tool, let me pick the right eraser. I want a hard edge, not a soft. Go back to my brush, and then coming through here like this. And when we zoom back, it's a nice bit of detail. We'll do this over here as well. Behind her ear. We can even get really cool, kind of like laying tones down in Manga Pro without laying tones. I'm going to bring it down all the way to a brush size 2. Just follow this area of her eye here, and maybe her nose here, lips, and then her neck through here. With that, we have a little more hair that we can put some detail into. So now when I turn off my form, my ink, and zoom back, it gives it kind of a nice sketchy type of look. Again, it really depends on what style you're wanting to go for, but today I thought we'd try something a little bit different. So do we have any questions or comments right now? Because we should have the form pretty much inked in from our base, actually from our quick sketch to our wireframe, and we just drew our forms together.
No, I don't see any.
Roger that. So let's go ahead and go into her stomach. Remember my anatomy physiology class, a woman's stomach is like a violin. It comes up through here. Let me bring my brush size up a little bit. We'll bring it up to a 5. So we'll come down here like this. Kind of have a little belly button area right through here. We already have the clavicle bone, breast. That's fine. I really don't like this hand, so I'll erase this area through here like this, hit my brush again, and making it my little square like I usually do, or should have done in the first place. And what we're going to do is put some armament on top of that as well. So that's what our base form should look like. We're pretty darn close to it. But you're like, oh my gosh, Derek, she's naked. You know, we're all naked underneath our clothes, so it's okay, we're in good company. And I really thought Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson would like a naked pony.
They're usually naked.
You know, your ponies don't wear clothes, do they? Sometimes they have like a, I see your guards in Ponyville wear armor.
Yeah, sometimes they'll wear clothes or armor, but typically they're naked.
Okay. All right, so I put my inked layer, my finished product right here. You know what? Let's not even do that. Let's have some fun. Let's just go by the cuff or by the hoof, so to speak. I'm going to create another layer underneath here like this. This is for wolf. Make sure you create your layer. Armor. And that layer is picked. I'll take my fin layer, ghost it out a little bit, go back to my armor area like this. And let's give her some sort of tribal necklace looking thing, shall we? Yes, we shall. My brush size is an 8. Let's go ahead and bring it up to a 10. And I'm just having fun making small, ornate little circles like this. Let's zoom in here. Maybe she has some sort of teeth-looking thing. I'm going to bring my brush size down quite a bit to a 2. This here, add a little more detail. Pump it up. So we have some sort of necklace going on right here. I really wanted her to have some sort of shoulder pad. And let's make this outer layer here, this outer curve, a little thicker. Go to a 9 size brush. Follow this to our deltoid where it comes back like this. Follow the form of the deltoid. Bring it back here like this. And let's give her some segmented armor. And then here, this is special for you, Mr. Nelson. A lot of times what I do whenever I draw stuff, I like hide my little girl's name in or my wife's name in it, but tonight we're going to do an N for Mr. Nelson. And we're going to make it decorative. I went brain stupid on how to make an N like this. So we have a little N going on right here. Perhaps some jewelry and through this area right through here. Bring our brush size down quite a bit. Not that much, let's bring it to a 4. And Nelson's last name starts with an L. Let's go ahead and bring this down here like this so we have a little L. And bring it down to a 3. Add some nice little details. So when we zoom back, it really is nice and sharp. Follow it along like this. Let's bring our brush size up to 5 though when we do this. And then bring it down to a 3 again. So now we zoom back. It really looks nice and decorative. So Nelson, this is for you. I got your initials hidden in this pony check.
Alrighty.
I thought you'd be happy. We're at Applebee's and have a couple adult beverages after this. Just want to get you in the mood.
This is my happy time.
They're good. Okay, cool. We're working on it then. Let's go ahead and bring your brush size up to a 5. We need to protect your breast area. And I'm sure Mr. Steve Curtis is like, it's booby tape. No, it's booby armor. We'll come back down through here like this. Let's bring our brush size up a little bit more to a 10. Zoom in here so we have better control. Bring this here like this and around. Follow this down here like this. Let's give her some sort of maybe scale mail that kind of hangs down here. All I'm doing is having fun, drawing little symbol holders. Is Steve Curtis here tonight?
Yes, he is.
Right, good. So what I'm going to do for Mr. Steve Curtis is I'm going to make the letter S right here. Just for Steve. And then we'll make the letter C right over here for Curtis. And then we can adorn this area right here with some jewels. And bring our brush size down to a 3, really zoom in here, and then do some nice little hatch work to give it depth. And again, just having fun, ladies and gentlemen. You can guys make her armor any way you like. We zoom back here like this, and if I take my finished layer here, pop the opacity up, and then there's going to be some cleanup that we're going to have to do, but this is what we should have, what it should be looking like right now. Let's zoom this back out a little bit, go back to the armor layer here. Look at our brush size, it's the 3, let's pump it up to a 6. We're going to have some armor here on our Latissima dorsi. Let's go ahead and make a band here so it's being held in place in a couple spots. kind of wrapping it around through here. So it wraps on that side. It needs to wrap a little bit around this side here. So we have that armor going on right there. And since we have segmented armor up here, let's make a strap over here on her shoulder like that. So we'll leave that side plain. Let's go ahead and give her segmented armor right here for her forearm. We're going to bring our brush size up to an 8. Let's start out big like this. Come over a little bit. Bring it down here, past her form. Start out like this. Bring it past the form, so that's 2. Past the form like this here. And then let's make kind of a big circle gauntlet looking thing through here. Big decorative type sort of stone here. Place for some gloves. And we'll draw the thumb and everything on the bottom layer here in a minute. And we can come in here and zoom in. And we can make some circles that are jewels and through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring our brush size down to a 4, and we can just kind of make some marks in through here like this. So now when we zoom back, we have a nice bit of detail through here. I like that. And again, if I come down to my my finished layer right here and bring my opacity up, she's looking pretty good so far. What do you think, Mr. Nelson?
It looks good.
Is she any Rainbow Dash? Could she beat Rainbow Dash?
She doesn't have wings.
I can fix that real quick. But I won't. We're not drawing a Pegasus chick. I don't want mean letters from bronies. All right, so right now we're going to bring our brush size up to an 8. And let's build some, I guess, volume right up through here. Bring our brush size back up to 15. Really get kind of bold. I'm wrapping it around this area right through here. If you can look at her leg. Bring it like this. Make a triangle like this where the fold goes in. And we can make another triangle like this behind the leg. And come up here. Oops, I don't like that thick line right here. Let's bring our brush size down to a 9, making it where it kind of gathers up through here like this. Let's turn my heads layer off. I come out beyond the body here, a nice angle. I'll make another triangle up through here like this to give it sort of depth. And we'll do the same thing through here. And then we can pull it back. And we have some cloth. And again, what we're going to do is, heck, we'll just do it right now, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's come to my fin layer and make sure that's it. Yep, that's it right here. I'm going to hit my eraser tool because my finished layer is selected. Bring my brush size up quite a bit. And get rid of the areas that you would not be able to see if the cloth was indeed hiding it. I come up here with the shoulder area too. Oops, it's a little bit too much. So now when I bring my opacity level all the way up to 100%, we don't have any cloth that is being obstructed by, I guess, appendages. So that's what we have so far right now, and I will take a pause for a moment to see if anyone has any questions. I don't want to move too super fast. Anybody?
No.
Let's go ahead and take a screen. Mr. Steve Curtis, are you working along with us today, or are you just working on class stuff as well? Go ahead and take a screen. Let's see what he's doing. He's probably going to kill me. Are you there, Mr. Curtis? I think he's away from his computer. So let's not take a screen, Mr. Nelson. Let's check on Jane, see what she's doing. Here we come, Jane. Get ready, baby girl.
Oh, you kind of lost me up here.
Where'd I lose you at?
You overwhelmed me.
It's okay.
You overwhelmed me with the armor up there.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
I moved down here.
I like your armor. I like your armor actually better than mine. I like how you segmented it up and pieced it together. It's looking really good. Zoom back for me. Yeah, the shoulder looks beautiful. Everything, it looks really, really nice. Zoom back for me. Nice job, Jane.
Oh, in or back? In?
But right there is fine.
This?
Yep.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we're used, and all I've really drawn a lot is human forms. We've drawn humans after humans after humans, a lot of static poses. We haven't even touched on a lot of dynamic poses. If we drew the mermaid, but I mean, seriously, how hard is it to draw a tail on a girl? Not very hard. Even the eel, which was an animal, was a long cylindrical shape that comes down to a point. So you get a circle and a long cylinder with a pointy end, and you've got an eel. This is a lot different because we're not used to drawing a horse. But I really love what you did with that for shortening her leg. I mean, it's got really good depth. Well done.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And just 3 or 4 months ago, you weren't able to do this. And you're really coming a long way, so well done.
Thanks.
Good job. Congratulations. Let's take one more. Wolf's always up for the challenge.
Hey,
Hey, man. How you doing?
good.
Let's see what you got. Not bad at all. I like how you're keeping everything color-coded and your armor's all green. No, seriously. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, getting the idea of it anyway. It's moving fast, so being very sketchy. So.
That's all right. Like I said, we're moving fast because we have a lot of ground to cover, but I wanted to check in to make sure how everyone's doing. How about Eve? Is she still with us?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, it's like 4 o'clock her time, so I don't blame her. But well done. We'll go ahead and finish this up here. Go ahead and take my screen back, and we'll finish her up and make her look awesome. Guys, you are doing a great, fantastic job. All right, back to my screen here for giggles. Pretty close to what I had before. All right, so I got my armor area selected right here, and I have my brush on. I'm going to bring my brush size to a 20, and I'm literally going to start from here. Let me zoom in for you so I can see it myself. Let's take this finished layer and ghost it out just a bit. Take off this, go back to the armor. This comes up on top like this. I go 1, it's wrapping around her torso. 2, a little bit shorter. And 3, shorter still, like that. So now I'll bring it back. Go back to my finished layer. I highlight that. Use my eraser tool to get rid of this area through here. Come back to my armor area. I come up here like this, hit my brush tool, and I'll make a small little, let's actually bring my brush size down a bit, shall we? There we go. A small buckle like this. bring it down through here. Small buckle like this. Bring it down through this area here. Bring your brush size down by quite a bit. Put a little bit of lines down here to give a detail. And for the decoration of, I guess her body armor right here, I literally just do squiggly lines like this. Like there's some embroidering on the sides through here. I'll do it again through here like this. Almost like little waves in the ocean you drew as a kid. Again, coming through here like this. Come in the backside like so. And then I come back to my finished layer here, bring my opacity up like this. And this is what we should have. That's what it should be looking like so far. It's not bad. You can even do some of the embroiderment here on the armor here on the cloth. Kind of give it more depth and make it more interesting. Because I know Wolf loves to color stuff, and this would definitely give him more stuff that he would be able to color. And since we're up here with this arm, let's go ahead and take my finished layer down, opacity level, go back to my armor level up here, bring my brush size up like this, make a few circles right here. For a hand. So I got a gauntlet over here, I have the gauntlet over here, I have the backside kicking up pretty good here. So I'm going to come up here to the leg. I'm going to bring my brush size up to a 15. And then this first set of armor through here. I'm kind of going off with circles, so I'm going to kind of keep true to what everything else is doing at. It wraps around the leg here. Maybe we can have some banding through here like this. More banding, and then coming down here at the bottom of the hoof. Follow my more banding and kind of a circle, maybe some sort of jewels right here. So since we've got that going on this leg, let's kind of, I guess, stay true. And it doesn't have to be perfect on every side. I mean, you know, the girl has the right to change her mind. Unfortunately, she'll only own one pair of shoes ever. Get it, Mr. Nelson? Because she has horseshoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of commitment. Okay, so I'll do some more banding through here. And you notice what I'm doing right here is I'm making like the letter C and wrapping it around right here. And the reverse letter C. Let's make kind of a circle here. And maybe some banding up through here like this. And maybe some dots coming up through here like this for some jewels. Because what I want to do is I want to have a lot of detail in it, so when I zoom back like this, everything looks really nice and tight. So we got 2 legs done. We have 2 more to go. Piece of cake. So again, kind of going with the theme. Let's start off here. Maybe some banding like this. This is where our kneecap's at, so just put a couple down through here. And what I'm going to do here, since this is another layer, and this is a cheat, so we don't have to put a lot of banding and everything over here, and it also helps to show depth. What I'm going to do is trace over here and color in the back leg like so. Because it's the furthest away from the camera, it shows that it has depth. And all I'm using is my pen tool or my brush. There's several ways you can do this. You can fill it if you need to. Come in here like this. Let's bring it all the way down to here to make it all a big spot black, except I'm gonna leave a little bit of white right down here like that. So now when I turn my finished layer back on all the way to 100%, zoom back, should be looking something like this. I'm liking her. I'm digging it. Right. What kind of bugs me is all this big white space through here. Okay, so in my mind, I'm going to make this kind of a leather type sort of, I guess, protection. I'm going to bring my brush size down all the way to a 7, come in here like this, and bring some lines horizontally like this and through here. Like maybe some of the leather is cracked. Bring my brush size down to a 2, and then at an angle, follow along a little bit right through here. We can do some hatch marks through here, not really hatch marks, just some line work. If you want hatch marks, you can cross them down at the bottom like this. Bring it this way, and now we pull it back. It gives it a nice amount of detail. It's not so flat. I really hit the bottom part with a lot of detail right through here, and this is where the lighting source is hitting it, so it's darker up here, lighting source through here. This what gives it the appearance that it is round. It's folding over a body, and it's follow that dark pattern through here to here, and same way up here. Again, it's a nice way to make that illusion. Let's come up here to our bottom, our back leg, and we'll make a line like so, a little bit of musculature. And since we got these cross hatches here, let's go make some cross hatches on her dress here. I'll bring my brush size down to a 4, and let's make this part right through here kind of dark. So I'm going to start with some big, bold lines like this. Bring my brush size down to a 2, and then I'm going to go to the other side. I'm really going to make it heavy and through here like this. And notice I'm not going to any of the little gibbling things that I've done. This is kind of the inside of the cloth area. We can do a little bit on her face through here. Like it's following the hairline along around it. Let's come here to the ear. Maybe do an earring like this. Some cross hatchings on the back of the hair through here to give the illusion of depth. Cross hatchings in between all this really nice detail, making things pop even more. So now when we bring it back, we have all sorts of different line weights in this area, and it makes it really look nice and interesting. So we're almost done. I'm liking what we got going on so far. Let's open it up for any questions. Do you guys need some more time, or should we jump on the tail?
Jump on the tail. Of this fastest
Why?
PG.
Thought I'd never see or hear Bronny say that.
I don't see any questions.
All right, well, let's go ahead and finish this up by just seeing this. It's a little flat. And then I'm bringing it this side. darker on this side, a little less hatch marks on that side, bring it back like that. It makes the form look a lot better. We'll go ahead and do this underneath the knee here. Again, I really don't usually draw this style, but I thought it'd be kind of fun tonight. Because, you know, I've talked about hatch marks and stuff before. Erase that a little bit here. So does it go through? Bring this back here. Now we will, you know what? For giggles and grins, let's also make this area right here black. Hit my brush, bring my brush size up here. There we go. That little bitty mark, this little bitty spot black, I believe really helps sell the drawing. That this is form and it's there. It's a three-dimensional item or asset, so to speak. So I already have the outline of my tail all drawn up, and I'll zoom it in here for you like this. My brush is currently at an 8, and now it's time to just make some nice lines. Is there any right, wrong, or reason behind it? No. A little spot blacks through here. Bring my brush size back down. Funnel this around. And you can tell when I zoom back, it's starting to get some good detail. We still have a lot of work to do, but I like to spot black right through here. So let's put some more heavy blacks in here, shall we? Underneath here, it should be a little bit darker. Climbs up through here. Some blacks in through here like such. And then we can bring our brush area down, or brush size down, and make lines come out in both directions of the spot blacks. And I'm just having fun, guys. Bring it back there like that. And we have a finished centaur in pretty much record time. So for giggles, we got some people in class here. Anybody else besides Wolf and or Jane I can pick on? Who else is in class? Name somebody, Mr. Nelson.
Miguel?
Miguel. He'll show us the screen. Let's see Miguel's screen. Miguel, how you doing, buddy?
You see me? Well, I'm a little behind. You were a little too fast for me.
I'm sorry. Looking good. I love what you did with her breastplate, man. And I am drawing fast. Again, we have a short time to get there. That's going to be the beauty of the crow's nest. I'm really going to take my time, but it's going to be 15-minute drops of how to draw cool stuff. So it won't be 2 hours of your time on a Friday or Saturday. You'll just be able to say, okay, I want to get these videos done. And it'll be at your own leisure to be able to do it. You'll be able to access. We can't, like your videos you do, Mr. Nelson, they can still access the old ones, or they can only access the one per day.
What?
Okay, since you've done like 9 drops so far for your programming class, like we're not calling it the daily drop. Basically, it's almost a daily drop. Say I wanted to go back. You're on your 5th one right now, but I wanted to go back to your very first one. Or do we have that ability, or do we just see them one at a time?
No, yeah, everything's just put into the system. You can watch it as many times as you want.
Awesome. So, like I said, that's
Sorry, I was thrown off by that. I thought you knew that they were in the system.
No, it's just all good. I didn't know if like it disappears and we just go one at a time. My bad, I'm being silly. Hey, Miguel, I love her eye, by the way. I really like that. It's almost an Elysian eye. A nice thick blackness. You
Oh.
got some really good looking stuff going on with your hair. Love her ear. You guys have come so far so quick. I'm anxious to see what you can get done with this. So you got any questions, buddy?
No, not really.
Okay, well done. Let's take one more screen. Take a volunteer this time. We won't be mean. Who would like to show their work?
Anyone?
Wolf does.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, man, how you doing?
pretty well.
Pretty darn good, man. You got some really good baselines. You could go down and ink it and make it so pretty and smooth and nice.
Yeah, I look forward for all this class. I haven't really had a chance to do the homework and get the nice lines work and take my time on it. I'm looking forward to that, though. I'll definitely get to it.
Well, I'll tell you what, because what I was going to do is kind of like we did with the mermaid, like we drew a female centaur, draw a male centaur, but what I like to see you guys is really finish these up, the ones that you've gotten done so far. You know, use what you have now for a nice baseline. Make that basically your blue line, or just ghost it out, then come back and take your time and place your detail where you want to put it at. I think that would be great. I think it'd be a great experience and you have something really nice. Instead of scrapping all this hard work that you did, and like you said, you want to finish it, I'd love to see it finished. Does that sound like a plan to you, Mr. Wolf?
Yeah, I'd probably. I mean, that would take less time.
Yeah.
Although the end result isn't going to be quite as nice.
I don't know, man. I think it's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. Basically, what you're working on right now after your baseline, here done so you can ghost it out, you're working on your inking skills. Remember your thick to thin line weights and then pick a lighting source and definitely stick to that. That's just another talent that you're going to have. So well done.
Thanks.
That's good. Hey, guys.
The perspective is good enough. I mean, it's a little longer. Your perspective, the butt is over to the right more.
I think it works for me, man. And again, the beauty about Photoshop, just select all of it, Control T,
Right.
and you can skew it, move it around, whatever you want to do with it. But I think you have a beautiful, beautiful rendering so far. And then if you bring it in, like I said, ghost it out, and then take your time and get a little thin to thick line weights going on, it's going to be kicking, dude.
All right, cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we drew a female centaur tonight. Homework. Please do your homework. I definitely want to see it and discuss it. Next week, whenever we go over the homework, I really am going to critique it hard. We'll go everything from the hands and the eyes and stuff like that. Congratulations. You got a beautiful female centaur. You guys did a fabulous job. Thank you very much. Be looking forward to seeing the crow's nest on 3dbuzz.com. We have Nelson's Corner. Steve has got some stuff coming up to create assets and Max. He's doing some Photoshop 5 to 10 minute drops as well. We have a lot of stuff rolling out. And next Friday night, we have David Miller on as a guest. He was supposed to be here this Friday, but personal things came up. He wasn't able to meet that obligation. He'll be here next Friday. He'll be sharing many, many ways you as an artist might be able to make some really good money and what skill sets you need to be able to use that to do transmedia from 3D to programming to even 2D art, what we're doing right here. So I really think it would behoove everybody to give him a chance and to listen to what's going on. So with that, Mr. 50 Shades of Nelson, let's go ahead and get out of here.